make sure you get them done annually. Like we make it a rule of every January we get all of the blood tests done, and the result of doing that gives you the chance to avoid serious illness, which most people watching these videos, it's not going to help you, but you can take the opportunity that you've been diagnosed now. You thought you're doing everything right. Most people are, taking some nutrition, exercising, eating right. Nobody's deliberately trying to cause harm to themselves. So by having annual checkups, X-rays, ultrasounds, gives you the opportunity to at least know and find something before it's a serious issue. I mentioned thermography and the importance of that. Live blood analysis is used mainly to sell supplements. I like it just to have a look at your own blood, what it looks like on the screen. If it doesn't look well, you can do something to change it. So live blood analysis is something that's very simple. Some of the specialists are amazing, but again, used to sell supplements. And if you're on our regime, you don't need to add any vitamins to your protocol. You're doing everything that needs to be done. Getting a lot of different fruits into your body is important, just for general wellness. I mean, this is God's made nutrition and vitamins, so juicing is important, and the juice in the morning. So I'm doing in my book a big section on that, and I'm going to put the 10 most popular diseases and the right juice that will help support those. I mean, if you search online, there's a book 101 juices, and I used to give that to people who got in our program in Australia. And there's a book there for headaches. There's a book. There's a juice there for headaches. A juice for menstrual cramps, problems sleeping, stress, being irritable, um, uh, to clear your thinking and so on. These are things that you can give to children. You can give to anyone, to help them improve their quality. And if you have a proper Auger juicer, it's much better, because a university, I can't remember the name in Australia, they done a video online on the amount of antioxidants that are destroyed in juices, and just from the oxygen when you put in a blender the juice, the fast speed juices, 98% of the antioxidants is gone in less than a 30-second blend. So you're basically having sugar water. You think you're doing everything well when you're having sugar water. So get a proper Auger juicer. They start at $199. The one that we have in our spa is a twin magnetic stainless steel Auger, and it's about two and a half thousand. We have a lot of import taxes here, so it was quite expensive. Once you have an issue, nutrition is important, and you have to take a lot more than the recommended dose. Best to work with somebody with experience in your area that can help you with that. If you're doing our home program, we write up the nutrition for you, and we have you taking a lot. You need to reverse disease, so the body needs to be taking more than the maintenance dose. The maintenance dose is designed as a preventative. The next thing that's important, and let me talk about this in a little detail, is bacteria, parasite, and yeast cleanse. More than 50% of the people who come to our facility have urine infection and parasites in the feces. So it's sort of normal. I would probably say 80%, but well over 50%. So women usually get burning, and men also, but not to the same extent, with some of the urinary tract infections. When children are getting these urinary tract infections, it's often caused by sodium lauryl sulfate and or propylene glycol. You find that in the bubble baths, if they're using bubble baths and or shampoos, if they're using these products to clean themselves, those are irritants, and when they're soaking in the bath, especially young girls, it often will cause urinary tract infections. Now, this is something that a young girl may go for days, weeks, or months being uncomfortable before she tells anybody, because she's embarrassed about that. So just be aware of that. If your children are going into bubble baths, not to use products with sodium lauryl sulfate and propylene glycol. And you have to go to a place like possibly your local health food shop, your health supply shop may have something. Um, Sissel is a company online that's dedicated to safe products. You can find a distributor for Sissel and sign up with them and buy soaps that do not have those harmful chemicals in it and will not cause these problems. Um, I often get calls about the Gerson program, and I used to teach the Gerson program. I don't anymore, although I do believe coffee enemas are very beneficial. Um, Dr. Gerson believes that they killed parasites that were related to tumors. It was interesting in his first book, and they did delete it out afterwards. After he was passed away, they deleted this out. He had success with people becoming cancer free that were A blood type and O blood type, but never with O blood type. Interesting little statistic there. That is why I evolved to eating to the blood type diet and stopped teaching the program as a Gerson program. However, the just doing enemas, herbal enemas, especially if you've got prostate cancer, is very, very beneficial. And if you've got fibroids, there are certain herbs that you can have rectally because they don't go through the digestion tract, increase the absorption of the key ingredient that can reverse the disease that you have. Um, so that I consider is very important. And they're a 30-minute thing that you can do at home. It's not. I mean, we do them in our clinic, but you don't have to come to a clinic environment to do it. You simply get a bag, have warm water in it with coffee that you've cooked as per the instructions. You can also use dandelion tea and other herbs. Um, you put up to a liter of water, will infuse into your rectum. You relax for a comfortable period of time. 15 minutes if possible, 30 minutes is great. You're laying down flat, you're twisting from side to side, and as a result of this, it cleans your blood. In 15 minutes, it cleans your blood over 100 times. If you've done a blood analysis before and a blood analysis after, a blood test after, you would see a clear difference. If you've done a live blood analysis before and one after, you would see a definite difference. It's that instant and it's that good, and I can't stress enough the importance of not ignoring these things that seem strange to you. Um, Infusions, so just on the coffee enemas, we have a 5-day program. It's every day for 5 days. So people come here on the Wednesday or Thursday, they relax on the weekend, apart from meeting the doctor and doing a full evaluation, and he's reviewing all of your documents and a team meeting with you. You'll rest on the weekend, and on Monday we'll start a full intensive program trying to get your bloods correct, giving you anti-tumoral products or whatever the diseases we're working on. Then the following week is your week off. In that week is a good chance to have the 5-day a week of detoxing with enemas. So it completely cleans your colon, eliminates all the waste, cleans the plaque on the wall, and destroys any parasites living in there. What is the benefit of this? The increased amount of goodness that you get into your colon. Your colon is the last point of absorbing goodness out of your body, and it's, in my opinion, extremely important, because otherwise you can be taking all of this perfect products that have got the ability to heal you, but if the pipe's covered in rust, nothing can get through. Uh, all of the antioxidants are used up trying to penetrate that plaque, and so I can't stress enough the benefit of not only doing enemas at home, but doing a colonic irrigation also for a period of time can be very beneficial. The next chapter is going to be about infusion. So infusion is a word I made up. It's the injection of some fluid 20 to 50 ml of fluid into the rectum after you've cleaned out your bowels. This can be done any time of the day. You need to lay down for 30 minutes after you do it. 99% of the time, nothing ever drips out and nothing comes out. It's usually absorbed completely. And the benefit of this, again, is putting some liquid nutrition and the therapies that you're using to fight the cancer directly into the bloodstream where they're bypassing the digestion. Also, in this case, if you've got prostate cancer, the liquid will splash onto the prostate. So you're putting the key ingredients that can kill the cancer directly onto the prostate. Very, very beneficial. Diet is something that people argue and fight about, and so I should talk about stress, but I'll cover that later. But diet is something that you shouldn't fight over. You shouldn't stress over it. You should understand that everybody's an individual and everybody's different. What I have found is there is a definite difference between A blood type, B blood type, and O. And my wife will tell you I'm 90% on accurate. If I meet you and talk to you for, have a lunch or something with you, I can, with a better than 90% accuracy, tell you what your blood type is by simply looking at you and talking to you. Okay, so what have I learned and noticed? B blood type have a very, very high level of intelligence, and their ability to calculate in big mathematical genius type areas is unquestionably better than O. A blood type stress a lot, stress much more than O, and they need extra support. They also very intellectual and smart. All blood types are smart, and O blood type can learn. It just takes a lot longer to learn the mathematical things compared to the B. There is 80% of the population in the world, unless it's changed. When I studied it 22 years ago, 23 years ago, 80% of the population were O, and the rest were A and B. Since Elon Musk's been here, there's a lot of really intelligent mathematical people on the planet now, so maybe it's changed, or the system of educating has become much better. So, eating to the blood type, there's a free download, Eat to Your Blood Type, formulated and put together by a naturopath, and he followed his father's footsteps, so it's a second generation of studying blood types, and the results are unquestionable. And when people read through what they should avoid and what doesn't agree with them, they often say, wow, I can't believe that I love cauliflower, but when I have it, it doesn't agree with me on one particular blood type. So it's interesting. So the avoids if you download the app, the avoids are the most important thing, and the things that are really good for you are also equally important. If you're healthy and you're a married couple or have kids, extra important, because if you're an O blood type, you love eating meat, you digest it well, your acids are strong, and you don't have any problem digesting meat. But if you have a child that's A or B, they will have difficulty digesting meat, and this can cause family problems. You can say, sit at the table till you finish that meat, but they really shouldn't be eating that much meat. They can't digest it the way an O blood type can. So it's really important for long-term health that you recognize the blood type of yourself and your children. And if you're getting blood tests, it's a $6 test. If you go to do it by itself, they charge $150. It's ridiculous. In Australia, the rest of the world, I don't know. The kits are $5 to buy, so you have to buy boxes of them and so on. So, talking about what you eat in diet, my recommendation to suit all blood types is this: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you have mainly living food. That's food that is grown, that is alive, vegetables, salads, eat them the way you enjoy them. Add as much fat as you like. Oils, oils, oils. Good oils, preferably, but oils are not a harmful thing, and they help carry heavy metal poisonings out of your body. Um, Himalayan salt, pink salt, is fine. There's no problem with having that salt. Buying salts with additives in it, so they often will add iodine to salt, because many parts of the world there may be an iodine deficiency. They started that after they had so many nuclear explosions around the world. They said we better start protecting thyroids from the things that we're doing. But they're also in some countries adding fluoride. Where they can't add the fluoride into the water, they're putting it into salt. So buy Himalayan pink salt, and you will avoid those poisons. And if you have a nutritional deficiency, which can be checked of iodine and so on, you can check that in your blood. If you need to add it, you can. You can make a choice to add it, especially if there's a nuclear explosion. For those that don't understand that, it protects the thyroid against nuclear uptake. The Budwick diet is not, I don't call it a diet. It's not. Sure, she talks about things, but I would call it the Budwick treatment. Certainly scientifically sound and good. We're talking about a simple process to mix flaxseed oil in some fats, and the benefits of the uptake of that can cause cancer death. And it's a great easy snack to make as a dip. When we do it, we also mash some avocado, and we use it as a biscuit dip on a regular basis, even if you're healthy, because it has some very, very real benefits, and very simple and economic for people to do. The next chapter is going to cover breathing and how to well oxygenate yourself, including if you cannot find a hyperbaric oxygen chamber locally, you can get an oxygen with permission from a doctor in some countries. The freedoms are really taken away from us. But if you can get an oxygen bottle and get on an exercise bike breathing 100% oxygen, it's very, very beneficial. And you only have to do like 1 hard minute, like get on the bike, push yourself for 1 minute, and then just take it easy. Cool off for the next 25 minutes. If you're unwell, just do 1 minute and cool off for 10 minutes. You don't have to do a lot to get a benefit of fully oxygenating the body. So that's that. Drinking healthy water, we use the Gangan water system. I think it's on our website, but if not, healthy filtered water that's been electrolyzed to lower the molecular weight of the water so it's more easily absorbed. Water being mistreated the way it is today is not the way it is when it comes down a river and it's really healthy. The other thing that I can't stress enough of, if you've just got whatever water you can get, I can strongly recommend that you do not drink plain water. That you put a tea in it, put a bit of juice in it. Anything in it will change it to a food, and your body's more likely to absorb it. A drop of a minerals, like there's concentrated mineral drops that you can get. 1 drop of them will change that water into a food, and you will absorb it better. Food's very damaged. The processes to get it to you today, with all the chemicals that are put in it and the filtration process, it's not the way it's meant to be. And this is one underlying reason that people are becoming unwell. Just to explain that, to put together, I often use a car as a reference, but your computer, for example, I think everyone's got a computer these days. But if the computer's missing the $2 plug that goes into the wall, it's not going to work. Your body's the same. We need over 90 different minerals, many amino acids. Some of them are marked as essential, but Others are also very, very beneficial. My last presentation, if you watch that, I detailed half a dozen amino acids and their benefits, anti-tumoral products, healing, anti-inflammatory, autoimmune disease problems solved by correcting the amino acids in your body. So flooding your body with extras of these for a period of time may be the key to getting the plug on the lead so you can turn the computer on and reboot it. Um, you know, memory loss, shaking, aged people, the biggest underlying cause of age, it's an antioxidant process, but it's also your telomerase is shortening. Um, and all of these things can be addressed if you absorb water correctly and you take the right nutrition at the right time, um, including vitamin D. You cannot stress enough underlying cause of your immune system becoming weak is maybe lack of vitamin D. And the number of friends and people that are calling me at the moment, it's a record number. In 20, 25 years of working in the wellness industry, I'm not going a month without a friend or a friend of a friend ringing for help that has cancer or has suddenly collapsed for no reason, and since the jabs. In fact, I posted on Facebook a few videos. In the first couple of months, I spent days doing research, and I told people what was my opinion about it. And today I'm correct, 100% correct. Everything that I said was correct, but those videos were sadly taken down. The idea was to prompt you not to listen to me, but to prompt you to think and to consider and evaluate, and before you ran in and done something that I at the time thought was very stupid. And if I was wrong today, I would admit it, but I was correct on that. So being locked up, which prompted that area of conversation, how much sunlight is good. So melatonin is produced when you go to sleep. It starts production around 9 o'clock. Once the sun sets, it's an hour or so after that, you should feel, I'm tired, I need to go to sleep. That's the melatonin kicking in. Its maximum strength is in the first 3 hours. Puts you in a deep sleep, the REM sleep, and you then stay asleep for whatever length of time your body needs. If you're not getting sun on all of your skin, including your eyes, like if you're behind a screen, you say, I'm getting sun all day from the window outside. The laminated screen blocks the correct rays, the ultraviolet rays, and will not give you any vitamin D. So very, very, very important to make sure that on your eyes that you're walking without glasses on and getting the sun hitting your eyes. Vitamin D affects the pituitary gland. It affects the mitochondria. Um, it helps uh, in partnership with melatonin to choose which cells are to die and which ones are to live when they're faulty. Has amazing properties, and it also works with your macrophage, the front line of your defense system against all diseases. Um, and so I can't stress enough the levels of vitamin D you should take 5 days a week minimum. Um, and if you have bone disease and or you choose to take high levels, you need to take vitamin D3 with vitamin K2, which the vitamin K2 will stop your body building up too much calcium in certain areas, um, because you're taking extra vitamin D. Overdosing in vitamin D is harmless, except you need to have calcium K2 as well. And exercise and move to get the full benefit of these. Um, I'm doing a chapter on sleeping, and the reason for that, I need a little drink. The reason for that is when people are sick, they're healing, and so people are concerned that somebody needs to sleep in the afternoon. No, it's okay. Try to limit it to 2 hours. So you have your meal. Try to wait about half an hour to an hour, and then it's fine to go and lay down for 1 to 2 hours maximum, and then get up. And I stress on every video the routine. Do it to a routine. So if you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you do your maximum busy things. So if you go shopping in the morning and then you come home, have lunch, you need a nap because you've done extra exercise in the morning. The next day you may not need to have the nap, so you nap on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You may be not well more severely and need to nap every day, but try to do it to a routine. Why? Because if you if you sleep all day, you're going to possibly be awake all night, and when you're ran down and tired and weak, it's difficult to get out of the habit. So then you have a habit that you're always tired, you never feel good, and this is a thing that is avoidable only if you heed my warning and try to keep the hours that you're sleeping to a routine. And 2 hours is really good. 3 hours, people tend to feel dopey and strange the rest of the day. And then when they get to bedtime, they have this little bit of extra energy from their meal, and they do not want to sleep. So, eliminating potential causes. Um, so this is regarding the disease you have. If you've got a brain tumor, if you have the phone next to your head all the time, it's a problem. Young teenage girls, I live close to a beach and see girls walking along the beach all the time. They often have their phone in their bathers. I don't know whether they understand that when a girl is born, a baby is born, a female, all of the eggs that she would use in her whole reproductive life are already there. A lot of people didn't know that. The eggs were actually made in the grandmother. And some of you are saying, oh, God help us, and some of you say, how beautiful. So those eggs last her lifetime. Putting your mobile phone in that area, and this goes for people with children, you're letting them all day, like 2, 3 year olds, playing with the phone, and they fall asleep with the phone on their belly button area. It's right next to their ovaries. You're laying the foundation for a future problem that you may not even be here to see. You're laying the foundation for a future problem that you may not even be here to see. You may be planting the seed of a cancer that will come in 20 or 30 years. You may be planting the seed for a baby, a future grandchild that is mentally damaged because of the mobile phone sitting on those eggs. So, wake up. I can't stress enough how angry and frustrated when I see young girls with their phone in their jeans right next to their ovaries. Is a horrible thing to be doing, a horrible thing. And so, number one, plastics. I've often spoke about the stories, and I'll do a couple of short videos on the problem with plastics. But plastics give off xenoestrogens, and they've documented with mice that the distance between the penis and the anus on mice over 10 generations completely joins, so you cannot tell whether it's a boy or a girl, and the ability to reproduce disappears. We're having these problems today in society. We're having these problems today in society. This is going back 20 years ago, the research was done. It was the same time in Australia they made it illegal for certain plastics to have the ingredients. I think they dumped all those plastics on third world countries, so um, no evidence, but my observation after doing some trips around the world that the level of femininity of young boys has increased since I was young. Could be just evolution. I could be completely wrong, and it's not meant to discredit or or put anybody down. It's not anybody's fault if these things are happening in society, but we must be open enough to talk about them. Um, so eliminate all plastic cooking. If you do what I've done, become a prepper and move on to a farm, and with the goal of being completely independent of the supermarket, not needing to ever go to a supermarket. I hope within 12 months that's where we are at the health retreat, that we grow everything we need, including the animals, for our food, and it can completely eliminate any plastic containers and anything like that. Okay, that's that section. Chapter's finished. Moving up to the next one. Um, so the rest I'll just tell you the headings. These are things I've done videos of, so I'm not going to. You can see what I'm. There you go. So I'll just read through them. I'm not going to spend hours going over them. So the different therapies, we have 100 different IV therapies that we use, and there's a lot of places around the world now that offer targeted therapies from a clinical base. Since many years ago, those who are fans of mine know that I was closed down for offering alternative therapies. They've now became mainstream, and in Australia and US now, there's many places to go and have vitamin C as an IV. So amino acids, GCMAF. If these are things you don't know what they are, write them down and look them up online. Alpha lipoic acid, high pH therapy, ozone therapy, DMSO, hyperbaric oxygen, photobiomodulation, peptides, fixing your gut flora, colon irrigation I spoke about, magnetic pulse, radio frequency, other things for mental health, including flotation tanks, meditation, exercise, gentle exercise, massage, all very important. Our area of expertise is recovering from something nobody else has found your problem. So we've had a lot of special cases that we've succeeded in. Those that have had the time to do a 5-week program, ladies with period pains, lacking energy, loss of memory, all can be slowed down, the deterioration, and or completely reversed if you completely flood your body with new tools, like you flooding your body with more nutritional things through an IV, which is 100 times better than orally, to get everything cleaned out, and then you're basically rebooting your system, giving yourself a restart, and then you take some maintenance to maintain that level orally. And we've seen people who have been going downhill. All the family thought they would be dead within weeks or months, and completely bounced back, and we're now 3-4 years later and they're still doing well. However, a lot of them visit us for a couple of weeks, or send the bloods to us, get a protocol and do it locally, because there's a lot of doctors in different countries that will do that for you. So we give you, those that come here and do a program, we give you ongoing support and recommendations, and you can go locally if you don't want to travel here. However, those with cancer, we do have a almost free, just have to pay for accommodation. You can come back annually and get free treatment. The benefit of us is that you can excitedly tell others all about it and tell your story, how you became cancer free, and that you're still cancer free, and that helps us. So I think that just about winds up everything in the book. Let me just go down to the bottom of this form. Yep, that's it. So that's today's webinar. I'll close that down. The other thing I'd like you to do is, on our website, Atlantis-Health-Retreat, you will find 3 videos that I've done in the last month and the last few weeks. I think they highlight the importance of our program, what to understand and what to know about, and how we're different, and Also, if you can write any questions underneath the videos that you're looking at, so I know next time I do that video, I look at, if I do a video on that topic, your questions are important to be answered for somebody else. So you're actually doing not only yourself a favor by getting the answer, but I'm looking down at the camera when the camera's up there. You're doing a favor for somebody else who didn't think of asking that question. And it may be the thing that makes a difference between them making it and not making it. So don't be shy to write questions, like and share the video. The only way to get freedom information out, because this is freedom, teaching you about your own health and wellness and how to avoid disease and how to recover from disease, gives you a freedom of choice. You have the traditional system. If you like that, you choose that. If you have been abandoned by it, sent home to die, and or choose not to do it after you saw um, your cousin Mary died of breast cancer after doing the traditional, and your sister died of the breast cancer doing the traditional system, and your mother died doing the traditional system. Sometimes it just makes sense not to do the traditional system in your case. I never talk people in or out of that. That's a personal choice. But I do, however, like people to know that we have something that within 3 months you can be not fighting this anymore. And fighting this for 3 years is draining on your finances. It costs you far more than if you just got rid of it in 3 months. And if it didn't work for you in 3 months, at least you know that you've done a program that threw everything at it and it didn't work for you. And so you only have the traditional system available to you. However, God willing, we don't have that situation arise, and you go home cancer free and it stays away, and the tools we give you keep it away. With that, I'm going to sign off and say God bless. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and share, and watch the other 3 videos, because they may have the secret ingredient you need to make sure that you not only recover but have a healthy and prosperous life. God bless, and bye for now. You all know our website, so don't hesitate to go to our website, www.atlantis-health-retreat.com. Again, thank you for tuning in. Watch the videos below. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our Facebook pages, and keep in touch. And please spread the word, because people don't know about what our facilities are, and the number of years we've been doing this and helping people is amazing. They call us the silent achievers, but it's really hard work. It's not easy to get rid of cancer. It doesn't matter who you're talking about. People saying this cures it, that cures. It's not possible, these easy cures, because we're doing so much and we don't get 100% results. Nobody does, and nobody can expect that. But we do get amazing results. We're very proud of our results, and we like to share them with you and talk to you about, is your case something that we have had experience with, and can we help you? So until we catch up, God bless, and please fill in the form below, contact us, watch videos to ask the right questions. That's the secret to your success, knowing what to ask. Until then, bye for now. For now. Okay, so when was it? Yesterday you had a CT scan. Yeah. It was a long day. It was. Yeah. And a couple of weeks ago you had an X-ray. And before you came here, there was maybe tumors in the lung, but when you arrived here, the doctor suspected on the scan was a tumor in the lung, yes? Yeah, from the back here. Yeah. You had all big operation down your back. You had crocodile teeth. Okay. Jolene. Yes. I thought you were supporting this moment. Is it okay, or shall I? No. It's okay. Okay. Jolene is a new patient that arrived today for a wellness program, and so she. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. We become family when we're here together. We laugh together a lot. We cry together sometimes, but we didn't cry. Not yet. So I'm getting your scans redone. Redone? No rescan, but reread. What does that mean? Well, it means that the man upstairs done a miracle and they can't find anything wrong with you. Oh, I see. Okay,
GCMAF is used for the activation of your own microphage. It is made from colostrum, mother's milk. GC is the protein name and the MAF stands for macrophage activating factor. Microphages are found in your blood and float around and absorb all bad and faulty cells they find. They also clean up damaged and unhealthy tissue. You see evidence of them when you have a cold, out of your nose, or bruise yourself. The yellowing is the microphage cleaning up in that area. So our bodies are amazing, aren't they? Many things affect the production of these naturally occurring friends in the blood. Surgery, cancer, accidents, falling, parasite and viruses, vaccines, all illnesses to name a few can tax your body and cause levels to become very low. We have 14-day holiday programs to boost your body's immune system. To learn more on how to improve the frontline defense of your immune system, visit Atlantis Health Retreat, special offers.